guess we're ready.
Ooh. Did you see that?
Yeah,
The camera did a shift, I think, from the shithead kids.
yeah, stomping around because they're stuck in coronavirus mode.
It's an earthquake, lassie! Oh!
I didn't feel it from my twin.
Aye!
You know, he didn't actually have a Scottish accent, but he should have.
He should have.
Yeah, definitely.
Baldar.
That's his name?
Baldar the Barbarian, yeah. Baldar.
I don't think you should have that name if you're not bald. You
so?
have to be bald.
I wrote down Viking guy.
Get out, cat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Viking dwarf dude that lived in the mountains, just out
Yeah.
chilling with his goat friend.
Guys, I have been so
go ahead.
excited to show you guys this movie. This is during the early 80s, it was a sword and sorcery craze.
During the
Now,
80s.
is that a series of books, or is it just that's like the genre?
Yeah, the series of books was called during the 80s, the sword and sorcery craze.
Okay.
This is based off of part 7. No, this shit became popular because of, Conan the Barbarian, shit like
Yeah.
that. And these were low budget versions of that. So this movie, Sorceress, replaced Conan with 2 busty girls that can't act and can't fight. And
Didn't realize they were women.
yeah, at first you have no idea. They're just young lads.
Yeah.
Just young lads.
I keep hearing noises everywhere. I'm sorry.
It's
Knocking spirits.
Is it Paladin?
Baldar.
No, the name,
Tragon.
the name that they're
Tragon.
supposed to say.
Vital.
Vital.
Vital. We
Yes.
haven't even got to Vital yet.
Let's start.
Yeah, start us off on this.
Before there was technology,
Let us know about this.
there was magic. And sorcerers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorceress. Wait, is it sorcerers or sorceress?
It's Sorceress is the title.
That
of the
is, I
movie.
got it right.
Okay.
All right. And they would, at the beginning of this movie, during the times of wizardry and sorceresses, there's horseback people with cloaks and torches.
That's how you got around, man.
Yeah, and women and babies.
Oh,
Women breastfeeding babies around fires.
they're not just babies. They are women children or girl children.
Was it really only the 2 of them? I thought this was like a little coven of women just feeding their babies around this fire.
No, the one. Okay, let me.
Oh, I got this.
So this movie begins. We see people running through the forest. There's soldiers chasing them on horseback. There's a angry wizard or sorcerer, and one of the old ladies has a baby. He runs up and he's like, "Give me my child." There's a dubbed over baby crying, looping over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
This whole movie is overdubbed. There are many scenes where their lips aren't even moving, but they're talking. That's great.
Oh, it's fantastic.
And so he's like, "Give me my child." Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's got one baby and he's like, "Finally, I have the firstborn." So he wants to sacrifice his own firstborn child. The mother of his child is trying to run away. She wants to save the children. He's like, "Finally, I got it." And then he hears another baby. And the mother, then he looks over the mother, and underneath her cloak, she's got the twin. So there's twins.
Twinsies.
He's like,
which one's the
"Which
first
one's
one?
firstborn?" She's like, "I'm not telling." Bring out the glove.
Yeah, so there's this like,
you won't be able to bear any
claw
more
of whatever.
children.
yeah, and it
Yeah.
fucking rips her womb to pieces. I guess is sort of what we're supposed
He's
to
like,
assume.
"You shall
happened.
not bear any more."
Yeah.
And he's just like this big, like 3-toed claw.
Yeah, it looks like a
like
fucking like owl's
You hear it
claws.
he's got on,
slashing
this guy's
through.
got on a stick, and he's like, and you can hear like this slicing noise. Ah. Okay,
me womb.
just imagine. Yeah. Oh, woo. All of the acting in this movie is terrible, delightfully terrible.
Yes.
That's what I'd call it. Yeah. And but he's cutting the womb, and then we see a wizard. A wizard appears.
Yep, wizard comes in and he's all like,
Monk Jesus.
yeah, and it basically to sort of he's like gets rid of the bad dude, basically and then he's like, "They're my babies, I'll take care of them. And then he immediately passes them off to someone else in the next scene.
Yeah.
And he's like, raise them as man children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man children.
Keep it secret from even them, apparently. So,
They're going to ask some questions, but just tell them they're dudes.
So this is going back to where Patrick was referencing. Did we already say this?
Yeah.
Well, I know, but did we explain it? The girl children thing?
Oh, I mean, no, not yet. The
Okay.
mom was like, "Oh, they're."
he's like, they will be raised as great warriors
Yeah.
and take vengeance for thee. And she's like, but they're girl children.
Yeah.
And he looks up at the sky, and he kind of like shakes his head. And he's like,
Oh well.
"Oh, what you do to me, God?"
Gave me girl children.
And then he passes his martial arts onto them anyway. He's like, they
Yeah.
glow blue, and
Yes.
that's how you know
Glowing
they're
babies.
powerful. They glow blue babies.
Yep.
I hope to achieve that status one day
Yeah.
as a boy child.
You want to get wizard powers?
Yeah. I mean, did you not see their fighting?
I want to start off
Oh,
with
they were so good.
yeah, they were good.
I want to be like them one day.
Yeah. All right, so we've got our bad guy. What was his name? Tragon.
Tragon.
Yeah, Tragon. And
He gets killed, and he says he's going to return.
Yep. He says he's going to come back. He's like, I'll get you, you fucking wizard. Wizard. God, it was so powerful. Empowerful. Empowering. Yeah, then we cut to our two main characters. These are the girl children all grown up.
Mira and Mara. Is that their name?
Did I really not catch on to that?
Did they really ever say that?
Yeah, Mira and Mara.
Oh, I'm assuming they said it. I just
Yeah.
feel stupid because
Doesn't matter.
it doesn't. Mira and
they
Mara.
look like both of them look like Natasha Henstridge. You know,
You
There's
don't
a
need their names for
species.
this story.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, I remember Species.
Everybody's seen
yeah.
those titties.
Yeah, that was the
Yeah,
first
they
pair of
both look
tits
like
I've
that.
seen on
Yeah, me
theater.
too, yeah. Just
Mine was
look-
stripes.
So they look like yes,
Yeah, that's a good one.
they look like her anyway.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
swimming naked.
oh yeah. Go ahead. Hey, yeah, they're
Goat
just
person.
swimming around, and we meet Goat Boy.
This guy, I love the satyr, the goat man.
Satyr, is that what they're
Satyr.
called? Okay, I
Yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
remember. He's like a goofier version of Mr. Thomas, you know, from
Chronicles of Narnia.
Chronicles of the Schmarnicles of Schmarnia.
Yeah.
He's like always like this, like, but it's the same goat. It's like it's actual goat sounds.
Yeah.
It's like the same one over and over again, except when he's really excited, it's like
It's very high
Shriek.
yeah. So you got these two busty girls swimming naked, and he comes up and he's watched them, and they're like, "What is that?
Hey, have a swim with us.
What is that between his legs?
Yeah, it's like they notice him,
It's
and
like
then they
a-
automatically go to.
It's like a horn.
yeah.
It's like is he gonna hurt us with that? It's like a weapon."
It's not a way to find out.
And they come right out of the water and they punch him in the face, like double punch to the
Oh yeah, it's
face.
incredible. This is where we find out
Tits.
they're fighters.
Tits flopping. Very nice.
Great.
A plus. And he runs off, and then right then we get the village attack. The wizard has returned.
Mm-hmm.
He's sending out his troops to find the girls.
They found that village
Trigger.
pretty quick.
They did. I mean, let's cut to the chase. He
I
found the
like
village.
this movie for that reason. On a lot of it, like it's not a long runtime. It does. It just kind of. You're not waiting around for shit to happen at all during this one. It just kind of.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. Yeah. So they come and they're like fucking raping and pillaging.
Raping their sister.
Yeah. The
Killing their father.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and yeah, it was actually for what this movie in its entirety kind of tonally feels like. That rape part was a little bit,
Yeah,
was a little bit
yeah.
like, ugh.
Just like bent her over and
Yeah.
pulled the dress up, man.
Yeah,
Ass in the air. It was like, whoa, okay. It's a little weird.
yeah.
Yeah, the tone, clashing of tone there a little bit.
Yes,
Yeah,
very,
yeah.
very much so, very much so. But yeah, family, all the family gets murdered.
And who is it that say? Is it Goat Boy that? Well, the girls come running in slow motion. I remember that.
The girls come
Yeah.
in. They're dressed as boys. That's how you can't tell. They turn blue. They beat up everybody. And then,
Yeah, that's right. They're glowing.
yeah. And then the wizard shows up immediately. He's like, "Oh, I was too late." Yeah.
Oh, it's too late.
He just always comes in
Oh,
too late.
shit, it was too late.
My bad, guys.
He gives them a little more power, and then says, "Take revenge," and then just walks into the fire and kills himself.
Yep, sacrifices himself. It's a beautiful
I
shot.
did all I could do, guys. Just
And now we get the Balder.
Yeah.
One of our favorite characters.
I don't
He's
know
a
if I
tall.
can
He's
say
a tall. Oh, he's great. He's a tall Gimli. He's basically Gimli. He's got the Goat Man with him.
Oh, yeah,
Goat Man's like his lackey.
he came up with the Jesus dude during that time because he was he was like, oh, this is some sort of sorcery with a power transfer.
Yeah.
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 I don't know. What
Anyways,
you're saying. I don't know what you're saying.
I'm actually lost.
Yeah, I don't know what you're saying.
Which doesn't surprise me. I'm
Yeah.
lost a lot.
Like the Gimli dude seen the Jesus guy come.
Oh, well, he
Yeah,
recognized
yeah.
who
Yeah,
he
yeah,
was.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
To my eyes to save me.
Oh, now he's British.
Oh, to me eyes to save me. Is that wizard walking right into the flames? Reminds me of my first wife, old fire crotch.
So Balder says, "Hey, I'm going that way. I'll help you." They want revenge on Tragon. He says, "I'll help you out.
Yeah.
I'll follow with ye, young wee lads."
For the small price of some whiskey.
Some whiskey. That's the most inside of inside joke.
It is an inside joke. We were playing a video game a long time ago, and we were following this guy, and we were just joking around about how all he wanted to do was find whiskey.
Some whiskey.
Anyway, so that's that story. So yeah, it becomes like a gang of buddies. You know, one's a goat, one's a fucking William Wallace wannabe, and two porno sisters
Yeah.
Two porno sisters.
who
Yeah.
don't know they're girls yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, they still don't know
They,
the girls.
yeah. Didn't
They
realize
don't
they
know.
were.
They don't know the difference between men and women. They literally-
Yeah, they had a sister going through some things. They didn't go through these things. These special times in the months.
They weren't allowed to know. They were kept in the dark.
But the two twins didn't have periods.
That magic
just
got rid of
everybody does. Yeah, the magic. Yeah.
So we are at a marketplace. This is kind of important because we get introduced to our barbarian, who is another one of our lead characters,
Erlich.
Alec!
Who looks like he should be in a cop movie, like a B cop movie from the 80s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd agree with
I
that.
mean, he doesn't really come off as a barbarian.
No, he's like a mixture. You actually nailed it there, and this helped complete it for me. Because I was
Yeah.
kind of looking at him like, what the fuck does he look like? So yes, you are correct on that. His like stature, he's kind of a little bit buff and everything, but he's very like he just looks like a very kind kind of person. And,
Clean shaven, nice perm.
yeah, he reminds me
Yeah.
of the guy in Holy Grail. You know, it's like, I was wont to sing. You know,
That's what that was.
you know,
What?
the curtains. You know, I remember that one. And the dad's like, "This'll all be yours." It's like, what? The
I
curtains?
don't, I don't understand that at all.
You don't see that
don't
because it's the
know.
hair.
I don't see that.
I mean, he does
character.
have the
Remember that
curly hair,
scene?
but I mean, to me, he's more like Samurai Cop. Like I mentioned that. Like,
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Or
he's a
Hard
bu-
Ticket
he's
to
a-
or Hard
Hawaii.
Ticket to Hawaii. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but with a little bit of femininity. Right? No?
I don't.
I think there was
I
a
don't
little
see
bit of
it.
softness. I think he needed a hug.
No, I think
This is
the only
going-
softness
this is really
was his,
weird.
was his
It's only
face.
it's only
weirding me
weird
out.
because you know, you guys
I'm-
want to make it weird.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe that movie was onto something because nobody knew those two were girls this whole time.
I wasn't
Till they
saying
took their
anything like
shirt
some
off.
strong political leaning. Let's move right along.
Okay.
Yeah. So
That was just what I thought.
okay. Oh, listen. You watch it yourself and then decide yourself.
Let us know.
Let the
Yeah.
viewers decide. Is Brian crazy? Is he not? Am I crazy? Let's see.
Oh.
They meet up with Erlich. He's in this.
Bizarre.
outdoor gambling den.
Yeah.
He's ripping off some other dudes. He's got loaded dice. He gets in a fight. There's some naked girls dancing around.
Yeah.
It's always good. He bites one of them's ass. Literally bites her ass.
Yeah.
While barking.
Yeah, well, barking like a dog. And this, like, you really start to see. This is well, actually, I'd say this is probably one of the better fight scenes. All of the fighting in this movie is awful. It's hilariously bad. Like the women, Mira and Mara can barely hold the plastic swords they're carrying. It's a lot of flailing about, and it's very it's the swords version of Petey Wheatstraw.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like, let's just do one and done.
Yeah.
We got it. So don't expect amazing fight scenes. Just expect funny because it's so bad. So Ehrlich meets up with Balder. They're old buddies. He decides to go with them. They run out while being followed by one of the dancing girls. They hole up in this room, and they're like, "Oh, you young lads, go get washed up."
Was this the same dancing girl that was helping? What's his name?
Yeah.
Eldritch.
Yeah,
Ehrlich.
she was the one that jumped on his.
Okay.
Yeah.
He bit her ass. Yeah.
Okay.
This is one he bit her ass. And this is like one of the first real funny scenes we have here where they just start to undress and they still think they're guys and they look over and just see those big old titties. And they're just like,
Whoa.
what?
Weird women.
Yeah.
What?
No, you couldn't see the boobs underneath that shirt.
Yeah, this is where they start to say that they didn't know there was a different. Like they always just thought it was just it's just something different about us, but they didn't realize it as.
I just love I this Balder's character. He's just like his look on his face. He's like, do you know,
yeah.
young lass, do you know where babies come from?
Yeah.
It's like, what? Did your parents never tell you anything about? I don't know what you mean. And then the other girl
gods
takes
gave
her
us-
shirt off. They're just standing there confused about the whole thing. It's really funny.
I really think there's something very like father figure about what's his name again?
Balder.
Balder.
Oh yeah, he's like pure as the driven snow. Not a single bad thought enters his mind.
Yeah.
The whole movie, especially later. Later. We won't jump to that directly, but right.
Yeah.
So they run off, and then the dancing girl snitches on them because she's looking for a reward from the soldiers.
Yeah.
She leads them away. They get captured.
Yep, they get carried away. This is where we meet Monkey Boy or
Yeah.
Monkey Man.
Well, we see him do some stuff.
Fucking Caesar from Planet of the Apes
Oh yeah,
has made an appearance in here. Anyway,
very believable.
yeah, the sisters are brought, and the whole thing in the middle of the town is to find out which one is the firstborn. There's a little test they have with a vial full of fucking salt or some shit.
They just dump it on this thing in the fire.
Yeah.
exploding.
Yeah. They say dump it on the fire. They throw it on there, and there's like some green flashes of
Sparkly.
light. Yeah, looks like fucking White Snake's about to step out onto the stage, and that's how they know. And it was first one. So we find out who the firstborn sister is
by grabbing
Because-
her head and driving her
Yes.
face.
Oh, that's
into
right.
the fire.
They try to burn her face.
If her
and she
face
doesn't
burn, she's
Yeah.
the first
That's
one.
how they know.
So twins. That's all you need to know to figure out who was born first.
Yeah, then you got Goat Boy and fucking Barbarian. They come in. They've already taken Firstborn out of there, and Barbarian and Goat Man and all of them. They come storming in and they
They stole some horses
Bust
to
them
do
out.
this.
bust them out of there. It's a fucking it's a prison break.
Is it really a prison break? They weren't in prison yet.
You're correct. I
I
stand.
don't know what it'd be called.
I stand corrected.
Don't try to put one by this guy. Don't even
Yep.
try it.
No, I've
No
learned.
slipping. No
Yep.
slipping to detail. They're now okay. So now we have the full group. We got the full group chilling in the woods.
Now the story can begin.
Balder wants to again. He's trying to talk to him about this whole birds and the bees thing, and He's like working his way up to it, and then we get exploding fruit.
Oh yeah.
The sorcerer sent the sorceress, the other one, the one that's with
The female
Tragon.
lady. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. I guess we
No.
haven't mentioned her yet. This sexy sort of princess. He called her a princess.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
why.
When he came back, she was like all there, like showing her tits, wanting to get with him, and he just walks by her.
Yeah,
like,
he ignored
nah,
the fuck out of her. He's just like, he
go
did
get
not-
my army, guys.
She threw herself at him like 3 times, and he's just like,
I don't care.
I need some world domination. I don't need pussy. So they send the monkeys after him, go get him, and so we have all these guys in monkey suits throwing exploding fruit, and they just immediately start laughing.
like,
Gets
yeah,
some
laughing
eye,
gas.
laughing gas. Yeah. Yeah. Keep going.
I don't want
I've
to
lost where we're at.
scoop them up. I mean,
Let's see here.
the monkeys
So,
run off with
a
One of
bunch
them.
of
they run off with Ehrlich and
Oh yeah, And
Mara,
the firstborn.
whatever the older one is. They
She's-
run off with them, and Balder ends up he's able to save one of them by shooting an arrow while he's laughing. So now we're separated. The girl, one of them is brought back to Tragon
Oh yeah, and
along with Ehrlich.
yeah, Ehrlich is sentenced to death for cheating at dice.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
like, she's
Yeah.
like, so they get there, and Tragon's like, she's like, you killed my mother, and he's like, is that what they told you?
You know what I really thought was
I
going to
am
be.
your father.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I anticipated so much that what he was going to say. Is that what this is about? And like internally, I was already laughing so hard when he didn't say it. I was like, oh.
Oh,
Is that what this is about?
I love this part where she's like, well, if you're my dad and all these are lies and we're good, then he's my friend. He was protecting me. He's like, okay, fine, we will do as you say. And then and they're like, wait a minute, he had these on him. They pull out his dice,
Yeah.
and they roll them, and they always hit the 2 snakes. And he's like, whoa, we can't have that.
Weighted dice.
Weighted dice, you've been cheating at the games.
So they lube up a big dick-looking pole,
Oh,
and which you said this
They
is like a
strip him
real
down,
thing. Yeah,
yeah.
they strip him down, put it on where he's kind of like hugging it, and he's sliding down, and there's a spike that's going to go directly into its stink star if he doesn't stop sliding.
fuck that.
Woo! But then the princess kind of saves his ass, and it's like, wait a minute.
We found this medallion.
Yeah, there's a medallion, and somehow that saved his ass. Let's just say that. I guess. Yeah.
He's like,
like-
the son of a king.
It's like
so.
some ancient bloodline.
Yeah, no, he's
Yeah.
the son of a king because they mentioned earlier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
and-
make this sacrifice better.
So if they're like, well, if he puts his seed in her, then the sacrifice will be even better. Mm-hmm. So they save him to impregnate Mara, and they do. They give them both Soma. They give them most ancient of drugs, Soma,
Yeah.
green glowing.
Can we get that now?
Can you get Soma?
It's Jaeger.
Yeah, Jaeger.
It's Jaeger with fucking Necto cooler, right? The ice.
Should make that a drink.
That sounds. Ugh. That sounds awful.
Can't get it at a bar anytime soon, can we?
No.
You have to make it yourself.
Yeah.
And this is the best scene in the movie, right? This sex scene, or sort of from the other side. The
Well,
sex
yeah,
scene.
yeah.
So we've already learned at this point before you.
Oh, the two are one.
Yeah, the two are one. That's said a
you
million
mean
times. So.
the 2 that are one?
Yeah.
Yes, I have found the 2 that are one.
So we learned that they also, since they are two as one, they feel what each other feels. They see what each other sees, and one of them is. So the barbarian is being misled basically by Princess Slutface or whatever, and she's like, oh, if you go do this and then this will happen and then we can be together and rule everything and yada yada yada. So he goes and sleeps with the one, and here we are. So we've got the barbarian and the one sister, Mia,
Getting it on.
Mara,
Yeah.
and then
Mira
meanwhile in the Forbidden
in the
Forest,
woods with Balder
Balder.
and the
Goat
Goat
Boy.
Man.
Yeah.
Yep. So the one sister's getting laid in the castle, the other one's in the field, and she's feeling.
Well, she's like, "What is? Wait."
Oh.
He's like moving in. She's like, what is this feeling I feel in my loins?
I feel hot.
And literally
And he
says
slipped-
loins. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it literally does say loins, and he just like sort of like pulls her tit out. Just like, just in case you haven't seen him 4 times already. One more.
Are you
It-
feeling like you're trapped?
Yeah.
Or something?
And so they like kiss, and then we cut to Mira laying on the ground, like waking up, going, "Oh, what is it I'm feeling?"
Yeah.
There's this. He's like, and Balder runs up. Are you in pain?
Yeah.
Are you hurt somewhere? And he's like right between her legs. And he like runs in.
Yeah, he puts his hand like
He's
right
like,
there.
Are you hurt anywhere? She's like, I'm not hurt. I'm just hot. I'm hot all over. He's like, oh.
What does he say that it is? It's early.
Ehrlich.
Ehrlich.
It's Ehrlich.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she starts
You're-
moaning.
I trust me. I thought the same
Yeah.
thing. I was like, is he like trying to say that like Ehrlich is like keeps coming like early or like just over and over again?
Okay.
That's what I was like. What? And then yeah. Okay.
No, but he does go in twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, twice.
Yeah.
So basically, we get this scene of this girl just writhing, just
Oh, she rubs herself.
straight
Yeah,
up
Yeah.
orgasm.
Oh yeah. She's fucking slapping it.
And he's like,
Goat boy's excited.
Oh, he says some funny shit here. Yeah.
he's like, oh, looks like Ehrlich.
Yeah.
Definitely Ehrlich.
It's a great scene because it's one of those it's one that they stretch out a little bit,
Oh yeah.
and if they
She stops and then comes back. You know, she's like,
yes,
"Oh."
yeah, and I do feel like it had to have been intentionally humorous because I mean
Oh, totally.
everything that Barface, what's his name,
Balder,
Balder. I'm sorry,
Oh,
I'm never gonna remember Balder.
like Baldur's Gate.
Balder,
Yeah.
Balder. I hardly know her. So everything that's coming out of his mouth is just so comical.
His expressions are really
Yeah.
funny. And then you have Goat Boy, that, like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
He's
once you get
jumping
the
up
hint to
and
it, he's like-
down,
he's
jacking
like,
off.
"Whew." And like, no, he comes over. He wants to fuck her.
Yeah.
He tries to fuck her. He's like, this maiden's under my protection. And he's like, "Ah," and he's like jumping around like he's so angry. And he turns around and kicks dirt at her as she's coming on the ground. And then he runs off into the woods angrily. And Balder says, like, if you find a cold stream, let me know. Yeah,
There's one right behind her.
right there. In the other direction. If you
You know who Monkey Man reminds me of now?
Monkey
What
Man.
was that show? Planet of the Lost?
Oh, Land of the
Land of the
Lost.
Lost.
Land of the Lost.
The,
yeah.
What's his
Flea
name?
Stacks?
No, it's
Flea
shit.
Stack? Was that? In...
That's something
yeah,
else.
Slee Stacks is the green
Green, yeah.
monsters in,
okay.
in Land of the Lost.
I thought it was
I haven't seen that since I was a little kid.
Cha-Cha.
Chachi.
Chaka.
Chaka.
Yeah, that's his
Joni
name.
loves Chachi.
It's,
Yeah.
it's,
Jonah
it's
loves
Chaka.
Chaka.
Yeah.
Chaka.
Yeah. That's what you're thinking. Chaka.
Chaka.
Chakarina.
Hey, Chakarina.
Oh,
we're getting wild. All right, so the girl's been coming on the ground.
been coming. It's been coming.
God damn, where are we, man? There's so much crazy shit in this one.
Oh, well,
Let's see. Feels the sex. I wrote that down. Sister feels the sex. Tragon is chanting. Sister and William Wallace are going to castle.
Wallace.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and the guards are-
So she's been impregnated, and they lead him out to the altar. Dude's been doing some chanting. There's a thing up there. It's starting to glow green.
Yeah.
The sister that was coming on the ground, she can see where they're at, so they're tracking him to the place.
Yeah.
And yeah, they show they're heading that way. There is a point where they show up. Yeah, that's what happens. So this actually, I've jumped ahead. They're not on the altar yet. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they.
Balder and the other sisters show up, and that's where they get ambushed.
Oh,
in the-
because the slut princess made him drink something. She's like, "All right, where's your sister at?" She's like, oh, they're
they're heading
Coming
this
this way.
way. Yeah, so they set a trap for him.
And then Traeger
Traeger.
Traeger.
Trigon.
Ashtray.
Trigun.
Fucking shoots the green lightning out of his hands, and Boulder and Scully fucking fall down
into a tunnel.
catacombs. Yeah.
That is basically it is straight up from Skyrim. Well, actually, Skyrim must have been straight up inspired by this movie because the Draugr in the walls sleeping, sleeping Draugr, and then at some point when he's during the ceremony, this is where they then come out to the altar and he starts the ceremony, and then he's like, I'll raise an army greater than any army. And this is where the Draugr wake up. So you've got Balder and Mira fighting the Draugr in the zombies in the tunnel. While she's on the altar. We got some random virgins over here because why not?
Yeah.
I mean, it just,
Just
makes
lined up,
it just
ready
makes,
to go.
Makes sacrifices better.
Yeah.
And then old gal says the name. I can't remember what the name was.
Vital.
Yeah, she's surrounded. She's got a zombie grabbing both of her tits.
Yeah.
Quite a little. This guy copped a feel in this movie.
Yeah, dude, it's like, this is the only chance I'm going to get.
Right, yeah.
Fuck it.
Yep.
No reason for that, but he did. He got double fistfuls.
Yeah.
And she said, Vital.
And then we're introduced to fucking Space Lion.
Space lion bat.
Yeah.
That does not a lot, really.
thing was
What do you mean he saves the
badass,
day?
dude.
What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
he does.
did a couple of things.
No, he killed the... Okay.
He just stood, like,
Firstly,
floated around,
when-
looked around, and snarled.
No, she's on the altar and he's about to and Erlich's about to stab her. When Vital shows up, he breaks their enchantment, so he's not going to kill her anymore.
Dude
so he
still
pulls back
could
and
have
they start fighting.
stabbed.
What?
Dude still could have stabbed.
No, he
But he-
couldn't.
no,
Not
he
according
got-
to the
no,
story.
No,
He was
not the
unenchanted.
dude, not the unenchanted dude. The dad still could have stabbed her.
But
Ashtray?
they
Yeah,
didn't. They
Ashtray.
jumped up and started fighting.
Yeah. Did you want him to stab?
Something needed to happen.
What?
Yeah.
I'm
Sometimes
sorry.
I feel like you just say things.
my friend,
Sometimes.
I love you.
Say things to say
Shoot,
things.
boy,
I
howdy.
think that's what he does.
Well, we know that, but you know, we watched a lot of movies that could use a lot of oomph, a lot of something. I don't
Yeah.
think this was one of them.
This one's got
It's
its
okay.
own sauce.
It's got its own saucy sauce. All right, well, it's okay. To each their own. But yeah, so the enchantment has been broken.
Yeah, they're fighting now. We're just fighting. They're
Yeah.
fighting all the soldiers are fighting. Mara and Erlich are fighting. They Balder and Mira come out of the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
They're fighting. Everybody's fighting. He's like, and then the wizard's like, "Wait, I have another sacrifice." I can't remember the goddess he's sacrificing.
Yeah,
to, but
I
he's like,
can't.
"I have another one. This princess," and he takes the princess slut and just stabs her in the stomach
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
And this is where the goddess appears. This fucking, it's like a half rotting face.
Space face.
Space face just floating in the sky.
It shoots a laser out.
Just kind of
her
looking
mouth.
around and then starts shooting green lasers out of her mouth, which causes the ground to open up and the zombies to come up out of the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the whole time it is true, Vital is just kind of going, "Rawr,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just snarling, just looking around.
rawr."
Not doing jack shit.
Well, that's the thing is he makes it look easy.
Oh, yeah.
When's the last time you broke an enchantment spell?
Actually, just yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Did you get someone to...
Woke them out of their sleep.
What?
Yeah. Like Sleeping Beauty type shit. Like,
With his
Who did you
dick.
poison? What happened? What
Yeah.
did you do
Old
with
Night
this
Beast
dick?
came out. God damn it. I thought we broke you of that habit.
Yeah. Obviously, we can't break a fucking
nope.
curse.
Not
or
even
whatever.
Vital can do that.
So, into the movie here.
Vital blasts
A door open.
the head with the
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like a
Up in
lightning
space.
bolt.
Lightning out of
green,
its face.
green lightning.
Yeah, they just look at each other for
It
a minute.
explodes.
And then, yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, but this is also a scene we can't ignore, which is the zombie rape scene, the gangbang zombie.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
How can we forget the zombie gangbang?
As soon as they come out, They just run and grab.
All they do,
virgins.
yeah, the zombies just run over and grab all the virgins, throw them over their shoulders, and run into the building. And then they make a joke like,
Baldor.
Balder, actually.
Yeah, Balder.
Yeah.
They've been in the ground for 1,000 years.
Yeah.
they literally just all shrug and laugh.
Yeah.
And then it's like, God, I hope they're okay.
Yeah. So it's Barbarian and one of Tragon's like dudes that he
His
summoned
main
upon.
general guy.
Yeah, his main general guy. That doesn't last long at all. It's honestly not even really worth much of a mention. Barbarian has his iron sword and he cuts the dude's arm off. That part's fucking cool.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the final battle between Elysium, Esther,
Erlich.
Ernest,
Elysium.
Ehrlich.
Ehrlich, and Tragon happens, and that also does not last long because the twin sisters, 2 and 1 girls, not boys, come in and shoot arrows into him.
Yeah. Well, I just like the whole, like, there's a couple times in this movie where he's like, it's illusion. Mm-hmm. Like, early on, I think the very first scene he does this, like, the camera zooms on his face and his eye glows green, and the other wizard's like, illusion. And then this time it's like, illusion.
Yeah.
And he's like, how can you fight when it's not a sword but a snake?
Oh yeah, that's right.
The sword just turns into a snake in his hand, and he's
yeah.
like, oh. And then he just walks up, picks up, and it's a sword, and he's gonna stab. Right as he's gonna stab him, both the twins shoot him in the back.
Yep.
And he's like, my daughters.
Ends on a sex joke too. Mm-hmm. So we've got Ehrlich is standing there with both sisters.
So he's kind of banged both of them at this point.
I mean,
bang both of them.
technically, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but then was it Balder says something along the lines of like, "Oh, one's not good enough for you," and then he's like, "Well, they are 2 and 1," or and,
2 are 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's it. That's
literally where the credits roll.
They all laugh together.
Yep, I'm
Love
totally
it.
okay
They
with
all
that
go.
ending.
They literally do all
Yeah.
go. Ah!
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
This felt a
Girls
lot like
laughing.
Willow 2. If there is a sequel to Willow, I'm just kidding.
Willow 2.
Yeah. Willow too,
right.
man. Totally.
All right,
Yeah, that's the
Patrick,
movie.
my friend. Let's let you.
We ran down that movie.
We did.
Good. Yeah,
We
we
did
got
good.
like every detail.
You wanna be the first to go?
I'll give this actually about a 4.5.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I mean, there wasn't a whole fucking lot.
There wasn't. Straight to the point, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't really I didn't feel like a lull or anything like that in this movie. Yeah. So, great tits. Great action. Yeah, great barbarians.
Barbarians are great.
Yeah.
The best barbarians.
Kind of wish the goat boy could have done some more, and then the man monkeys could have done some more. That's about it.
Dude, I'm sorry. I mean, obviously, I know you, so I don't mean this, but everything that just came out of your mouth sounds like a fucking 14-year-old. And I kind of love this for that because it, minus the nudity. I mean, it's something that I guess I would have watched as a kid.
Oh yeah.
So. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this one a lot, and a lot of it is because of that. There's some, like we were all mentioning. Whenever the zombies started coming up and stuff, you have some scenes down in those catacombs where it had like a feel of like an old Ray Harryhausen movie or something. Obviously not as well done, but just fire and magic and shit like that's always fucking, it's cool. You mix that with the level of cheese that this one has, and it's a mixture for greatness. And I'm really glad that you did stumble across this one, Nathan, because I feel like you've kind of broken down a barrier into a world that we'll probably have a lot of fun with. Yeah, like Patrick said, in my opinion, I wouldn't actually say any downtime. The story really keeps moving. It's extremely well paced. The overdubbing is hysterical and awesome, which does really truly add a lot to a movie like this.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
And to be, I don't know. I guess to like go a little bit. For this one to have the amount of nudity and stuff like that it does in it, I really don't feel like it was I mean, sure they were like exposing, the women's breasts and stuff like that a lot, but it wasn't. I don't really feel like it was as much of like a lot of movies just try to force in nudity just for like absolutely no purpose at all, and I don't really feel like this one was that sleazy. I don't. Some of the jokes were really. It was just like a mid-90s sex comedy, except mixed with like wizards and magic.
Oh yeah.
I don't feel like this is like watching like a David Dakota film. You know what I mean? Where it's like women bathing each other for 15 minutes for absolutely no reason.
Yeah, no.
So maybe I'm giving it too much credit by not saying it's not very sleazy. But in my opinion, I guess maybe we've just watched so much fucking sleaze at this point that
It's
to me
innocent nudity.
it's innocent nudity.
Yeah.
I just
It's
think
good
you're
fun.
a couple of dudes swimming.
Good fun, man.
The way you smiled after I said that makes me want to retract it. But you're like, yeah, that's right. Good innocent nudity. No, I had an absolute blast with it. I think 4.5 is a really fair grade on it.
Yeah.
I want to go 5, but I guess I just kind of want to wait and see what else we see in this genre. You know what I mean? This softcore porn wizard genre. No, actually, fuck it. You know what? I'm gonna stamp it with a 5. I really, it was
Nice.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I give this a 5 too. I love this movie. It is intentionally funny. Here's a cool part. It is both intentionally funny and unintentionally funny. It's got the mix of both. Like the intentionally funny shit is actually really funny. Like that sex thing with him reacting to her on the ground and then the goat. It's so funny.
Yeah.
But then you also have just like the bad acting, the bad fight scenes that they just look so cheesy. And you've got I love the goat man. The sound effects coming out of that creepy fucking face, like with his teeth always out, and he's just like kind of twitching around and stuff. It's so fun. I love that. I was so happy about this because it's kind of outside of the genres that we've watched. It's mostly kind of been horror and kind of sometimes some action, but this sort of fantasy adventure, we've not done something like that. And it's a fun movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, 5 for me.
Oh, absolutely. You guys been doing okay? Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to mention something to you guys if you don't care.
Oh,
Right here at the end. So I was shown a video the other day, and it was shown to me a matter of, can you just believe how sweet this is? Everybody's coming together during this bad time.
Oh.
Okay, and it was a video of a bunch of stars, like big names, not like space stars,
Uh-huh.
singing "Imagine"
Yeah.
by
What?
John Lennon.
Yeah, that's right.
What?
Now I
Really?
really only have one thing. Well, a couple of things, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh,
Number
God.
one, what the fuck does that song have to do any goddamn bit with what's going on? And number two, this is the part that really hit me. I immediately started dying laughing / screaming because I was like, this makes no sense. Yeah. I'm not a very religious person. I think it's fair to say. Okay.
All right.
But, is it not the first fucking line in the song is "Imagine there's no heaven"?
Yeah.
Now, if you were lying in a fucking hospital bed, dying of the goddamn coronavirus, and someone was like, "Oh, hey, we're here to cheer you up. Imagine there's no heaven." Be like, fuck me. You know what I mean? Maybe people are a little bit more stable in their beliefs. See, I'm very wishy-washy. I go back and fucking forth depending on what I need that day. There's times where I need to believe in a heaven, and there's times where I'm
Just
like,
trying to
"That
make
doesn't
it
do me any
easier
good."
on them. Like, hey, don't worry about a heaven or a
Yeah,
hell.
you're good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
You
was-
just die and just end.
It just doesn't make
It
sense.
was one of the worst videos I've ever seen.
So
Who were these
yeah,
celebrities?
Oh, dude, like Will Ferrell was on it.
Gal Gadot was the first one.
That's right. That's the one. Yeah.
So, like, they would...
I thought she had more sense than that.
Like,
Everyone
she's
did little
a
clips.
little piece of it.
Okay.
The thing is, like, none of them can sing. You'd think if at least they were going to do this, they would have at least had singers. It was fucking awful. Awful singing, awful song choice.
Sarah Silverman. She was
Oh,
on there.
God. Yeah. Ugh.
I'm going to have to look this up.
Oh, it's really bad.
Whose idea was this?
Some monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A monster. If you want to get through the times we're living in,
Let's go eat
I
some bats.
guarantee watch a movie like Sorceress, it will put a smile on your face.
Yeah.
Much more. than these fucking self-indulgent rich assholes feeling like they're being so tortured in their fucking mansions. Like,
Yeah, that's another part of it too.
yeah.
It's like, oh, this is so cute. You know, you got dolled up to fucking sit in front of the camera for a second. Which, I mean, you know, whatever. They might be fine people, but I don't think this is a fine service they did for the fucking community or the world.
Wait, they did this
It's what we
at homes?
fucking care.
It's like movie theaters shut down. We still need our attention, please.
Yeah.
Please. Our news is 100% about this fucking virus. You can't watch anything, even our show, without it being mentioned. Please give us attention. We need it. We need it now. Imagine all the people dying for
You might say I'm a dreamer,
That's not a very good John Lennon. But I'm not. Nope, that's Bob Dylan. Well, I learned something about myself today. I can't do that.
Try to do John Lennon, you get Bob Dylan.
Yeah.